Okay, let's dive in. There's just so much information out there these days. It's easy to get overwhelmed.
Definitely. Information overload is real.
Exactly. And that's what we try to do here at the Deep Dive, cut through all that noise, get you the insights you actually need, maybe uncover a few surprising things too.
Sounds good.
So today, we're taking you on a trip, virtually speaking, to Gujarat in India.
Ah, Gujarat. A fascinating choice.
It really is. It's this incredible blend. Ancient history, super vibrant culture, but also this modern energy. It really captures India's diversity in one state.
It absolutely does. And what's compelling is how much it offers, really, for almost any interest. It's right there on India's western coast.
Yeah.
And think about it, birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi, the only place you'll find Asiatic lions in the wild, and home to massive festivals like Navratri.
Right, Navratri, we'll definitely get to that.
So whether you're into history, or you're a foodie, or you love adventure, Gujarat's got something that'll probably surprise you. It merges tradition and, well, economic vitality pretty seamlessly.
Okay, so that's our mission for you today. We're going to pull out the really key stuff, the history, the culture, the amazing food, obviously.
Can't forget the food.
Never. And yeah, a couple of modern facts that you might not know. We want this to be clear, engaging, and, make the best use of your time.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, history first. Gujarat goes way back. I mean, really deep. We're talking about places like Dolavira.
Oh, yeah. Indus Valley civilization.
Exactly. An archaeological site, UNESCO World Heritage listed. That's over 4,500 years old.
Incredible.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Imagine walking through ruins, seeing these incredibly sophisticated water systems, urban planning that was, honestly, ahead of its time. It kind of blows your mind, right? Think about how advanced they were.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, well, Gujarat's always had this massive coastline, right?
That wasn't just geography. It was like a highway to the world, a global connection point. You had ports like Lothal, one of the world's oldest known dockyards.
Wow.
Yeah, telling these stories of maritime trade, connecting ancient India with everyone, from the Romans to the Arabs. It shaped everything.
So that ingenuity didn't stop. Fast forward to the medieval period, and you get these stunning stepwells, like Rani Ki Vav in Patan.
Another UNESCO site. Beautiful.
Yes, incredible. Built by the Solanki dynasty. And it's not just about storing water. It's like this underground cathedral filled with intricate carvings, a total work of art.
And speaking of history that resonates, you can't talk about Gujarat without talking about Mahatma Gandhi.
Of course.
Born in Porbandar.
Right. And his philosophy, nonviolence, satyagraha, it didn't just shape India's freedom struggle. It inspired movements across the globe. Still does.
Yeah.
And visiting the Sabarmati ashram in Ahmedabad, that's where he planned things like the Dandi Salt March, it feels like living history. It really makes you think, doesn't it? How places like that, like the ashram, continue to hold such power today, reminding us about the strength of ideas.
That's a powerful thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that deep history, let's jump into the culture. Because if history is the foundation, the culture is, well, it's bursting with life.
Vibrant is definitely the word.
Totally vibrant.
Yeah.
It's just this explosion of color, music, dance, especially during festivals. We mentioned Navratri earlier.
A big one.
Oh, it's huge. You have thousands of people dressed in these amazing traditional outfits, the chaniya-cholis and kadiyas swirling, dancing garba and dandiya.
That rhythmic clapping and stick dancing.
Yeah, all under the moonlight. The energy is just electric. Honestly, if you haven't experienced Navratri in Gujarat, you absolutely have to put it on your bucket list. Seriously.
And that vibrancy, that artistry, it's woven into daily life, too, especially through crafts.
Oh, right, like the textiles.
Exactly. You've got the really intricate embroidery from the Kutch region with all the mirror work and patterns. And then there's Mandani, the tie-dye work.
So colorful.
Incredibly vibrant. And what's fascinating is that each piece really tells a story. It's craftsmanship passed down generation after generation.
Where can you see that?
Well, you could visit markets in Bhuj, or maybe near the Kala Dungar temple. You can often see artisans right there working. And it all comes together in events like the Ran Utsav.
In the Ran of Kutch.
Yeah, and the Great Run of Kutch. Imagine this vast white salt desert transformed into this giant stage for music, dance, art, all under this incredible starry sky. It shows how the heritage isn't static, it's living, especially in these festivals.
And that living culture includes a lot of different communities, doesn't it? It seems very diverse.
Very much so. People from all sorts of faiths and backgrounds living together. You see it in the architecture, the traditions.
Like the Jain temples?
Yeah, the ancient Jain temples in Palatana, thousands of steps up a hill. Then you have stunning Islamic architecture in Ahmedabad's Old City, and a really interesting Parsi heritage, particularly in places like Surat.
And Ahmedabad itself is a UNESCO World Heritage City, right?
Yeah, that's right. Which is amazing because it manages to blend these historic mosques and old Havelis, these traditional mansions with, a really modern city vibe. It works.
Okay, so we've talked history, culture. Where should people actually go to experience all this? What are the must visits?
Well, Ahmedabad is definitely the place to start. It really feels like the heartbeat of Gujarat.
What is the experience like there?
Oh, you can get lost exploring the poles, those old, twisty residential neighborhoods.
Right, the traditional ones.
Yeah. And then grab amazing street food at Manik Chowk at night, or take a walk along the Sabarmati riverfront, which is quite modern. And just outside the city, you absolutely have to see the Adalaj stepwell.
But one we mentioned earlier.
No, Adalaj is another stunning one. Its architecture is just, well, jaw-dropping, 5 stories deep.
Wow, okay, so beyond the city.
For wildlife lovers, Gur National Park is, it's a must, non-negotiable, really.
The Asiatic lions.
The last place on Earth to see them in the wild. And it's fascinating to see how people and lions coexist there. It's quite unique.
And for a different kind of experience.
Head to Dwarka. It's one of India's holiest cities, believed to be Lord Krishna's ancient kingdom.
Deeply spiritual.
Very much so. The Dwarkadish temple is incredible. And you can take a little ferry ride out to Bet Dwarka Island, which is really serene. It makes you think, how can one state offer both wild nature like Gur and this deep spiritual heritage like Dwarka? It's that diversity again.
That range is incredible. What about landscapes? Anything really unique?
The Great Rann of Kutch, definitely. It's this enormous salt desert.
We talked about the festival there.
Right, but just seeing the landscape itself, it's like a moonscape. Especially under a full moon, it feels surreal. Vast, white, silent, unforgettable.
Sounds amazing.
And for history blended with landscape, there's Champaner Pavagad, another UNESCO site. It's this mix of old forts, mosques, temples, all scattered across this lush green hill. Really picturesque and tells stories from different eras.
Okay, I'm getting hungry just thinking about all this travel. We have to talk about the food.
Absolutely. Gujarati cuisine is, well, it's a whole experience.
It's mostly vegetarian,
Right.
but packed with flavor.
Exactly. Don't let the vegetarian part fool you. The flavors are complex, vibrant. You have to try a traditional Gujarati thali.
The big platter with lots of little bowls.
That's the one. It's a feast. You'll get things like dokla, that savory steamed cake, and the pla, which are these spiced flatbreads.
Oh, I love the pla.
They're great. And khaman, which is lighter than dokla, fafda, crispy snacks, lots of tangy chutneys. And usually something sweet like jalebi or shrikhand, that creamy yogurt dessert.
Shrikhand.
What really sets it apart, I think, is that unique balance. Sweet, sour, spicy, all playing together in nearly every dish. It's quite distinctive.
Where does that come from?
Probably a mix of things, historical trade routes, bringing different ingredients, maybe just a regional palate preference. It's delicious, whatever the reason.
In the street food scene.
Oh, it's fantastic. And it's not just about grabbing a quick bite. It's like part of the social fabric. You should definitely check out places like Law Garden in Ahmedabad or the food markets in Surat. You'll find Sev Puri, Locho, which is this soft, steamed, savory thing, very popular.
Sounds interesting.
And if you find yourself in Kutch, you have to try dabili. It's this amazing spicy potato mixture in a bun. Kind of like a slider, but uniquely Gujarati.
Okay, adding that to the list.
And definitely grab some kaz, the spiced buttermilk to cool everything down. It's super refreshing.
It's funny, you see Gujarati-inspired restaurants popping up globally now.
You do. That food culture has definitely traveled.
But I bet nothing beats the real deal.
Oh, absolutely not. Eating a fresh thali at some local place in, say, Rajkot or Vadodara, that's the authentic experience. You just can't replicate it perfectly elsewhere.
Okay, so as we start to wrap up this deep dive, let's shift gears slightly. Gujarat isn't just history and culture. It's really forward-looking, too, isn't it?
Very much so. It's got this modern, innovative edge.
I read something about renewable energy. Is that right?
Absolutely. Here's where it gets really interesting on the modern front. Gujarat actually has the world's largest single-unit renewable energy project.
Wow, the largest.
Yep, the Kutch Hybrid Renewable Energy Park. It positions them as a real leader globally in sustainable energy. It shows they're not just resting on their history, they're building the future.
That's impressive.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture again, it really highlights this unique mix in Gujarat, traditional skills alongside major global economic impact.
How so?
Well, take Surat. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the world. But why?
Textiles.
Partly, but mainly diamonds.
Right.
Surat is the world's diamond polishing hub. It's kind of mind-boggling, but something like 90% of the world's diamonds are cut and polished right there.
90%.
Seriously, it's this incredible concentration of skill and industry, linking traditional craftsmanship with a massive global market.
That's an amazing statistic. So, okay, bringing this all together, what does it all mean?
Well, I think it means Gujarat isn't just another state. It's almost like a microcosm of India itself.
Yeah, that feels right.
You've got this incredible depth of history, side by side with cutting-edge innovation, deep spirituality and wild adventure, ancient traditions and global business.
So whether you're picturing yourself dancing at Navratri or exploring those 4,500-year-old ruins.
Or maybe just savoring an amazing thali.
Right? Or thinking about those massive solar farms. Gujarat just seems to blend it all. It feels like a place that would really capture your imagination, your heart. It's not just a destination. It feels like a whole world packed into one state.
Exactly. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to ponder. In a world that loves putting things in neat boxes, how does a place like Gujarat manage to defy easy labels so well? How does it keep reinventing itself, pushing boundaries on energy and global trade, while also so clearly honoring millennia of history and tradition? It's a fascinating question about identity, continuity, and change. Something to think about.